a $10 trillion stimulus package, and what some progressives have their eyes on. Also, today is the deadline that some of you may want to take note of, which we'll be talking about in this video, so let's get into it. Welcome, and thanks for joining me. If you're new or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as it is my favorite price to do so, absolutely 100% free. Yes, that is true. Anyway, let's get into it, and thank you so much for being here. So, first off, AOC, who happens to be one of the progressives, is once again floating this idea of a $10 trillion stimulus package. Let me put that into perspective. The stimulus package that was passed in early 2020, the one that contained the $1,200 stimulus checks, that was a $2.2 trillion stimulus package, okay? It had a lot of money in there and a lot of different programs. The most recent stimulus package, the $1.9 trillion stimulus package that contained the $1,400 stimulus checks, that one was $1.9 trillion. So, $10 trillion is absolutely nuts. That is huge. So anyway, that is like unbelievably big. That is a lot of zeros and a lot of commas. Yes, that is a ton of money. But anyway, AOC continues to float this idea, saying this is their one opportunity to pass a massive, massive overhaul package, because in 2022, they could potentially be losing control of the Senate or the House of Representatives. So AOC is looking out about a year and a half from now, saying, hey, the midterm elections are coming up. Right now, Democrats have control of all, the House of Representatives, the Senate, and the presidency. We can jam through basically anything that we desire right now. Anything that our hearts desire, we can put into a package and jam it through with budget reconciliation. So AOC is coming out saying, hey, let's go huge. Like, let's make it so big that nobody will ever forget it. You know what I mean? Yeah, so $10 trillion would absolutely be that. Now, here's the thing. What's the likelihood of a $10 trillion stimulus package? Probably about zero. Seriously, because there's people out there like Joe Manchin and other moderate Democrats who would basically say, not a chance. $10 trillion is a massive amount of money. There's just no way that we can back that up. In fact, Bernie Sanders right now is floating this idea of a $6 trillion package. $6 trillion sounds tiny compared to $10 trillion, right? So even when you look at Bernie's compared to this AOC's idea, it's like, oh, hey, Bernie, man, you're conservative. But really, we know that Bernie's not that conservative, right? So anyway, I imagine that this talk about a $10 trillion package probably won't go anywhere, but you just never know. However, again, just for fun, let's just talk through this just because it's just fun for a second. Here's the thing. If this last package of $1.9 trillion contain a $1,400 stimulus check, and that is 1/5 of the size of a $10 trillion package, let's just quickly run the math on that. The $1.9 trillion package contained a $1,400 stimulus check. Let's just say, for example, we got a $10 trillion package. If I run the math correctly, that would mean a $7,000 stimulus check if it was proportionate, just like the last stimulus check and the stimulus package. So yeah, you can see how massive that would be. Could you imagine a $7,000 stimulus check? That'd be crazy, right? I don't know about you, but it'd be kind of fun days, right? It'd be fun for a couple days anyway until you spend it all. I don't know. It'd be like super wild and fun, but it wouldn't go that far. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's probably not happening. I'm just being totally real with you. The last part about the stimulus check there was just kind of for fun, but being totally real, highly doubt a $10 trillion package is going to happen. So, yes, with that being said, also, I want to talk about a couple other things right now. Many people, we hear it all over the news, the headlines, everywhere we're seeing it, people talking about it, saying, oh, the world is doing great, the economy is doing great, everything is on the up and up, or, whatever people say, and everything is getting really good. Well, how about this? Try this one on for size. Sydney, Australia has just announced a 2-week lockdown. Yes, it is true. Sydney, Australia is going into a 2-week lockdown. So for all the people out there saying everything's good and everything going back to normal, yes, you're right. Everything is going back to normal for the most part. But, a lot of us probably thought that the days of lockdowns were probably way behind us, right? But no, not for those people in Sydney, Australia. So, wow, man, Could you imagine going into that again? Oh, I don't know. I mean, that was kind of weird last year, wasn't it? Could you imagine trying to do that again? I feel like it's not going to happen. Realistically, if they tried to do that again, I think there would be a lot of people out on the streets saying, and there's no way you're locking me up in my house for another 2 months again. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I talked about this in my video earlier this morning, but I want to mention it again because it once again kind of builds the case for everything is not all peaches and cream right now. By the way, I love that oatmeal flavor, peaches and cream and strawberries and cream. Pretty good stuff. If you haven't tried it, check it out. Pretty good. Anyway, getting off track. So Malaysia has just passed a $36 billion stimulus package. $10 billion of that $36 billion is going to be distributed in the form of, stimulus checks out to the residents of Malaysia. So yeah, pretty cool over there in Malaysia. Maybe somebody here in this country will decide to pass another stimulus check and a stimulus package and more stimulus checks within it, right? So, yeah, more on that to come here over the coming days as we should be getting a lot more information going forward. All right, let's talk about that deadline that is today. Now, again, I just want to be totally clear. This is not going to apply to everybody, but for some of you out there, you may want to take note of this because if you want to opt out, you got to act within the next couple hours here because the time is running out. And here's what it is. The child tax credits, if you want to opt out of monthly payments, you got to opt out by tonight. Yes, tonight is the deadline where you need to opt out of those payments if you do not want monthly payments going forward. The first payment is going to hit bank accounts and mailboxes starting July 15th. Well, to be totally real, it's probably not going to hit mailboxes for probably a few days or maybe even a week after that, but the first payment will be made on July 15th. If you do not want those payments, you need to opt out by the end of the day today. Now get this. This is a total government job right here at work. If you want to opt out of payments, you need to opt out 3 days before the first day. Or no, let me say that again. It's so stupid, it's hard for me to even say it. All right, let me say it again. You need to opt out 3 days before the first Thursday of the next month. You got that? Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'll keep my thoughts to myself. But anyway, who thought of this? I don't know. But seriously, that is a really bad way to state that. They should just say, dude, submit your thing, submit your rejection or opting out a week before the first day of the month. But no, it's got to be 3 days before the first Thursday of the next month. Yeah, it's confusing, but that's the government at work for you. Anyway, so if you want to opt out of these payments, you need to do that by the end of the day today, okay? You can go onto the IRS website, irs.gov, and you can opt out by using the Child Tax Credit Update Tool. That is the one right there on the irs.gov website. You can use that. You can opt out of those payments if you do not want to receive them going forward. Now again, if you opt out, it's a done deal. You're opted out. However, they have said that later in September, you can opt back in if you want to. So for the first few months here, if you opt out, you're out for the first few months anyway. Until the end of September, they said that they're going to update their tool, and then you can opt back into payments if you just so desire. Now, you might be wondering, why would somebody opt out of monthly payments? Well, there's a number of reasons for it. Let me give you a couple quick examples. Number one being, let's just say, for example, you're doing really well in 2021 with your income. Based on your 2020 tax return, you would be eligible to receive the child tax credit. But let's just say in 2021, which is when the child tax credit is actually eligible for, let's just say your income is going to be way over the threshold, or at least over the threshold. You might be thinking, hey, I don't want to have to pay all this money back next year. I'm going to opt out because I'm doing really well financially this year. If that's the case, hey, congratulations. You are one of very few out there who is doing actually really well right now. So, hey, congratulations. Seriously, you're doing awesome. I'm really happy for you. Another reason could be, if you want a big, massive lump sum payment versus monthly payments, that could be another reason why you would decide to opt out of the payments. So let's say you're the kind of person who says, I'm getting by just fine right now. I maybe don't want monthly payments. I would much rather have $3,000 or $3,600 or maybe even $6,000 or $7,200 early next year as one big, massive lump sum payment. if you're that kind of person, then you may decide to opt out of the payments if you're doing just fine right now. And then early next year, boom, you got yourself a big old payday. So that might be another reason, but it's all based on personality and, what works for you and your situation. But yeah, if you want to opt out, just remember, you got to do it today. Go on to the irs.gov website and do that. But please make sure you are on the official irs.gov website. There's a lot of people out there right now trying to take advantage of others, and you just never know. There's probably some fake websites out there popping up, trying to be the IRS and just trying to fish around and get your information. So please be careful. Side note, watch out for the guys down in the comments section who continue to steal my name and pretend to be me, writing you comments asking you to message them, chat them, call them, text them, or whatever. They are not me, okay? Always look for the check mark behind my name to verify that it's actually me, okay? I will never ask you to call, text, email, or chat me for the most part, right? I may, in some rare situations, I may give you my email address for some people just because I want to reach out and connect with you personally. But other than that, for the most part, I will not ask anybody to call, text, or chat me, okay? So please be careful for those guys. Anyway, a quick update. Just want to let you know with everything's going on that I found for you this afternoon, but enjoy your day. Have a great evening. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. I truly appreciate you. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right down below the video. And of course, go back and check out some of my other videos right here on the channel, as I have 1,200 videos for you to enjoy. And of course, share them with your friends, family, and social media. Thanks again. You're awesome. And I'll catch you.